You want a war? You're going to get one.
Drop it.
What was that? He had enough time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
only Cowboys game.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks.
You with the wicked thing by here and breaking news, breaking mother humping news. You may get a lot of other people talking. Well, the Eagles just made a move, and it might not be my favorite one, but it's a move. I'm here to tell you, this is one move of two yet to come at the edge rusher. We got breaking news, baby. Let's get right into this, mother humper. Adam Schefter's reporting. Former Falcons free agent linebacker Arnold Ebiketie is signing a 1 year, and we're going to just call him AK, all right? Is signing a 1 year, $7.3 max deal with the Eagles, including $4.3 million fully guaranteed per Demarius Bilbo of Clutch Sports. Ebiketie had 8 sacks the past 2 seasons, and the Eagles are hoping for more of the same. Well, he had maybe 8 sacks the last 2 seasons, but he only had 2 sacks last year, okay? Here's a guy with some talent, and what the Eagles are going to like about him and what they're going to tell you the reason why he was worth getting for $7.3 million. And remember that, $7.3 million. I want you to keep that in your mind as we go through this. But what they're going to tell you, the reason why he was worth signing for the Eagles was because of his pressure rate. His pressure rate in 2025 was 16.8, and then he got a pass rush grade of 73.4, which were career highs, and there are certain teams that out there that think the best days for him are yet to come. Now, here's what I will say, in all honesty, how I feel about this specific signing. I feel like this move is dependent upon who else you add. I still think Jonathan Greenard is coming. Somebody like that will end up with this team. And when you add him to that other piece, all of a sudden your edge rushers don't look that bad in rotation. But to me, this is one of 2 dominoes that is getting ready to fall. Let's turn it over to you guys. I literally just got home like 10 minutes ago, and then this thing breaks. Or at least I found out about it. So we are back again, 3rd time live tonight. So do your boy a favor. Hit that like button. Another prove-it year deal with great run-stopping defensive end and good passing rush grade. Full million guaranteed. Great. You've been great, like, sarcastically, or do you really like it, Aaron? Hey, haters and trolls, where are you now? I mean, look, I don't think, and I'm just being honest, I think, here's my thought on pass rusher rate, right? I'm just going to tell you, great, you have a great pass rusher rate, but sometimes you just got to get home, man, you know? But I don't think this move is about, the Eagles got their edge rusher for $7.3 million when they were trying to give Jaelan Phillips $27 million. This is one of 2 moves at edge rusher. The better edge rusher is still to come. Okay? Howie did it again. What a move by Howie. What a move by Howie Roseman. You just saw this too. Yep. Nope. Howie does not sleep. Let me try to catch up to the chat because I'm way behind. He's 6'3", 254 pounds. We could pull that up right now. for you guys. 6'2", 250 is what I got here. Not a bad size. Very fast off the edge. There's no question about it. Has talent, possesses skills, no question. But I think you could honestly say that he's probably underachieved in his career. And I think that teams look at him at 27 and they look at the edge rusher position and say, this is a really thin position. Really. And he's a guy that could be a good rotational piece, and he could be a guy that could help a team out in certain ways. Do I think he is the answer to Jaelan Phillips? No, I do not. I think he's more the answer to Joshua Uche, okay? But they're paying a little more there. They're paying $7.3 million. Philly Perpiev, if he's 6'3", 254, yeah, it might be right. It might be right. What the F is going on with Howie's swing and miss? No, I think, now if you tell me, if we get into August, right, and you're telling me this was the only move they made at edge rusher, yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a problem. But I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. He's going to use the $27 million he offered Jaelan Phillips, which reports were that he offered Hendrickson the same amount, or as Mark Holmes like to say, Henderson. He offered him the same amount. So what I think you're going to see here is he's going to use that same amount of money, and he's going to offer to two different guys. So he might get Greenard for $20 million, and then the $7 million is going to go to this guy. So you're going to get two edge rushers to fit in a rotation. I believe that is what's going on. I believe that is what you will see happen. So hang in there and don't panic, because this isn't the splash you're waiting for. You know? I'm at safeties, two signed to. Yeah, I think he wants to go draft. I think he wants to go draft safeties. That's what I think they're going to do. But we'll see. Bryce Huff got bagged. We gave him. Then he retired. Yeah, he did. He retired off his bag. But AK, I mean, we'll see. They used to call him, I believe, AK at Penn State. So that's why I'm calling him AK, because it's easier to pronounce. You know, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. Hell yeah, we're living in it. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty comfortable right now that this is only one rotation move. These are depth moves. You notice earlier the cornerback was a depth move. Today we're getting depth move pieces. But I think the Jonathan Greenard, the Josh Sweat, that move is still coming. He is a true outside linebacker, can rush and cover. We have had too many defensive ends trying to play outside linebacker in Vic's scheme. That's true. I'm sure they look at him as a great fit for Vic, and he, $7.3 million. I don't remember what Uche got last year, but I bet you it was less than that. And he's better than him. So I don't look at it like a replacement of Jaelan Phillips. I look at it as a replacement to Joshua Uche. You still got to add depth to that defensive line. Remember that, Linda, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for being here. You were awesome. Thank you. Awesome in the run game, defense, and in coverage. Brings another dimension to this defense. Fans will be surprised. Calling this kid a Timu signing is weird. They call everybody we sign Timu. I don't worry about that. I really look at this as an upgrade to Josh Uche. And then I think you'll see the next move be Greenard, Josh Sweat. Maybe they pull something with Max Crosby we never expected. I think that move is still coming. But this is a depth move along the rotation. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Rob says, Philly, I'm starting my podcast on YouTube live tomorrow. Awesome, man. Let me know. I'll come check it out. 500, I'm in bed with my wife. What are you doing up? I'm working, man. I'm working. Yeah, I'm sure he could help with special teams. I don't know much about him and special teams, but that would make sense, Yeah, this feels like the Uche Ojulari moves, hoping to hit big. Still need Greenard. It is. It's exactly what it is. And Greenard's, what are they saying? Greenard's going to be like around 20, somewhere in there. So it would make sense. They offered about $27 million to Jaelan Phillips. They didn't get it. So I could see how. Well, then they said they offered the same amount. They basically offered Jaelan Phillips' contract to Hendrickson, and I could see them just taking that and saying, "Well, we'll give $20 million to Greenard, and we're going to give the rest to another piece, and we're going to get two. We're going to get a decent backup. We're going to get an upgrade to Uche and Ojulari. You know, yeah, Myles Garrett. Well, look." That type of move would still be in play. This does not limit that, is what I'm saying. I'm tired of the cheap signings. Yeah, you just got to be patient, man. Let's see what happens. I think you're going to find that at the end of the day, the move that you're waiting for, that where everybody's waiting for, it's coming. These are depth moves. You got to fill out the whole roster, not just the top guys. And I'm pretty sure that the Greenard and that whole contract thing, that whole trade's going to take maybe a minute because they've got to work him a brand new contract. No, he's not. This guy's not an upgrade to Jaelan Phillips. This guy, I think, is an upgrade to Uche and Ojulari, and I think it's on that level. Brandon Graham will be back, so you're going to have Brandon Graham. Instead of Uche and Ojulari, you're going to have AK and you're going to have Brandon Graham. I'm okay with what they're doing as long it's contingent. My feelings on this move are contingent. They're contingent with what we do going forward in terms of getting somebody else. Yeah, to quote Aaron Rodgers, we all need to relax. If you look at like the Cowboy hype machine, Mark Holmes, you can literally watch it. Like they literally done a couple things, and he's acting like they got Hall of Famers this offseason. He has no idea what he's talking about. We're gonna be all right. 500. I feel like we're getting excited over depth pieces, unlike 2024 when we had insane signings. Eagles fans need to accept their free agency will not be exciting because we draft so well. Well, I'm not excited. I wouldn't look at this move and say I'm excited about it. I'm not excited about this move, but I understand it. You have to have these flashy signings, and they have to work out. When Zach Bond signed, nobody thought, "Oh wow, we just signed Zach Bond, a guy who is going to be possibly Defensive Player of the Year." They said special teams linebacker on the edge, maybe rotational guy. That was it. And look what he turned into. So my point is, I don't think this guy's necessarily going to be Zach Bond. But what I'm saying is that you have to have those depth pieces, and you have to fill out that roster that way sometimes. We are not the Dallas Cowboys. We don't need all new linebackers, all new corners, new safeties, new defensive line. Like, we have a lot of talent, but we have to fill in pieces here and there. $500 midnight on the East Coast. Real fans are tuning in. Thanks for being awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in. We got 370 mother humpers in the chat, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a long day. We've done 3 streams today? But you know what? We had to get this one out because what else am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? What else? We got to take care of business. We got to be on top of it. Let's see. What you guys... So tell me what you guys think, man. Success from a rotation also member would be a good year. It wouldn't be bad. Give us Eli Stowers, Aiden Terrell, Dylan. Yeah, all that. Those are all nice. Bro, we need new safeties. They have Makuba. Look, they got to get it. There's no question. But I'm telling you, my thought process on safeties are, I think the Eagles are going to go draft safety. I think they're going to draft the safety, and then they're going to plug them in and start them. I really think that's what they're going to do. No, I don't, TJ. That's my whole point of like what I wanted to get out of this stream is I do not believe that has anything to do with Greenard coming to Philly or not. Matter of fact, to me, it signifies that there's a Greenard type move coming. And the reason I say it is, this guy's getting $7.3 million, and then you have Greenard's going to make somewhere around 20. Well, they offered total of 27 to Jaelan Phillips and Hendrickson, or as Mark Holmes says, Troy Henderson. So what I'm saying is, I think the Greenard trade is coming, and I actually think this is the first piece on the defensive line to really fall to that. So expect that to happen. I think tomorrow is going to be a Dallas Goedert day, hopefully. I think the move is contingent upon what they do next in terms of how they roll out and how they fix the defensive line going forward. It's contingent on that. If this is the only guy you got, then yes, it's a bad move. But, it's not that. And I've already seen Eagles fans saying, well, this is our replacement for Jaelan Phillips. It's not. This is your replacement for Uche and Ojulari. That's what I think. So this is the big move. Ebiketie is very good dude. Look up his back-to-back. He's got upside. He's decent, but he's not Greenard, and he's not Josh Sweat. And you can tell by the money. Okay, to me, it's very similar to when we got Ojulari and we got Uche, right? It's those things. It's similar to that. He's not the end-all, be-all. Now, the difference last year was that they thought Nolan Smith was going to be the guy ready to break out, and I did too. After the playoffs that he had, I don't think so. But hey, look, if I'm wrong, I will tell you I'm wrong, and time will tell. And if that is the only move in terms of edge rusher, I would be very disappointed. It's a depth signing, yes, depth signing, and that's what we got to take it. Solid depth signing, 500. Still's already pooping it. Well, that's because he's looking for the Max Crosby big move, right? The Max Crosby big move. But that's not what this is. You got to fill out your roster, not just the big pieces and the big names. And you got to have depth on your defensive line. $7.3 million is not a lot, okay? 500. I haven't seen my face in 30 years, bro. The bag is rough. What are you? What fan are you? Hey, Mav. Hey, let me tell you something, Mav. This bullshit not worth it. You don't have to watch. I love you, but you don't have to watch. I won't be offended. But I got work to do. This is what I do. I come on here and I give my opinion when something happens. What am I going to do? Wait till tomorrow at 5 in the morning? I don't think so. Torreville says, I didn't like the tight end signing. They signed Mudd, who can only block, and they signed Calcaterra, who can't block. So it telegraphs pass or run. One of them is in the game. Need tight ends who do both. So I assume this. I assume that one of those two guys won't even be on the roster. I assume that you're going to get a rookie tight end, and then I assume that you're going to go out and you're going to get probably Dallas Goedert back. So you're right, though. I don't like tight ends that are one and can't do the other, because then telegraphs too easily. It seems the right year to start a rookie safety with Coop and Q in a team. Makuba defined. Well, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do. Like I said in the previous stream, if you look at the Eagles, kind of and it's just my opinion of what I've kind of noticed. They seem to have the big money signings, and then they have the low cheap signings, and they seem to be eliminating some of these middle of the ground signings, which maybe this actually proves that wrong because they're paying them 7.3. But I think what they're doing now is they're going and they're drafting guys and just putting them in. And if they play the rookies, I'm okay with that. It worked last year at safety. They get themselves a quality safety that can come in and they think can start, go through growing pains, but you got 3 good guys in that secondary. And Makuba, I think they'll be fine. To me, the bigger issue for the Eagles is you gotta figure this edge rusher position out. This is not the main guy. This is a depth piece. So you still got to figure that out. And then you got to get the offensive line squared away in the draft. No, I didn't see us having interest in what wide receiver? $500. I don't think Dallas Goedert will sign very soon. He wants to come back to. You said I do think. Yeah, it sounds like tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be worked out. So I think so. We're gonna regret keeping Campbell over Dean. I love Dean. I'm a little bit upset about Dean going. I'm not gonna lie, but I do like Campbell. But I mean, time will tell. Hopefully they'll both be great. I'm just hoping that we draft really good defensive linemen in the 3rd or 4th round. I think we're going to see a lot of offensive picks. Hopefully, trade edge rusher. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. 500. Did you see the Eagles? No, I didn't see the Eagles having interest in Jennings. Now, is that as a 3rd wide receiver? It's not bad as a third wide receiver, not a 1st. I mean, not a 2nd. But, as a 3rd, he should be a really good rotational player, but still looking for that number 1. But Greenard, and I am satisfied until the draft. And I think the Greenard's coming. I really do. And I think that the fact that he's getting $7.3 million, I was reading Greenard's going to probably get a new contract in around the 20-something range, like 20, low 20 somewhere. That's going to be about what they paid Jaelan Phillips, but they're going to get 2 players out of it. That's what they're going to do. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to do. Man, I can't believe I'm still streaming. It's like all day. Holy shit. But I love it. I love being here with you guys. Even if Mav don't want me around. Say, go draft Sadiq and you get a good tight end. Yeah, I mean, what if you sign Goddard and then you draft Sadiq? Then all of a sudden, what you do with Calcaterra and Monda, who cares, So, you notice, like yesterday, like when they talk about Dallas, and I'm on there, right? And they talk about Dallas, everything is good. They talk about the cup being half full. Everything's good. Well, if the Cowboys, and listen to when they talk about, well, if the Cowboys get this and they get this, they're going to be really good. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to win the division. That's what they say. And then when it comes to the Eagles, well, this guy gets hurt and this guy gets injured. I saw Sills today was talking about if the Eagles players get injured, then, they can win 7 games. Well, if any team has injuries, that counts for everybody. It's like perspective. You're always looking at it half empty with the Eagles and half full with the Cowboys. I don't buy it. Is Greenard in a contract dispute with the Vikings? If not, then why would the Vikings want to trade a good passer? I think that he wants a new contract. They don't want to give it to him. They gave him permission to seek trade, and they've been fielding calls. And I think that's kind of where we're kind of at. For Ebiketie is strong against the run like Phillips. Yeah, that's what people were saying. I don't know enough about how he plays the run to sit there and tell that. What I can tell you is what he's supposed to do, what the Eagles are looking him as. And I'm trying to tell people who are worried that this is like the big move at edge, that this is not about that starting edge rusher. This is about a rotational guy. See, the guys who are replacing Ojulari and Uche are Nolan Smith, gotta tell you, until he can prove otherwise, and this kid. And then I think they go out, they get a Jonathan Greenard, and then we go from there. And you'll have Brandon Graham back. Oh, CZ, man, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sills also said today, we are a Super Bowl contender. Oh, he did? Well, yeah, it's because every once in a while, the truth comes out. Every once in a while. We got 460 mother hoppers in the chat. Hit that like, make sure you subscribe. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. What's up, Eagles Drew? How are you? This guy's expensive. A little bit. I don't know what they paid. Actually, I don't know. 7.3. I don't know if that's expensive. I mean, I'd like to see what the average cost. What did they pay Uche and Ojulari last year? They probably were far less. I think this is a rotational guy, middle guy. I mean, they rotate guys in and out. I think $27 million. Here's how I look at it. $28 million or 27 point whatever they were going to spend on Phillips. They just gave this kid 7.3 and they're going to give somebody else 20. That's what I think is going to happen. But he's going to be an upgrade to what they had. I only want to show when you're on. Can't take. I appreciate that, gatekeeper. I appreciate that. Do you think they are for sure drafting safety in early rounds? I do. I don't think in the first. I don't even know about the second. But I think between the first and the second and the fourth, I think they'll draft another safety. Unless they go and sign somebody. You know, look, my one disappointment this year, this offseason so far, my one disappointment, well, I have two. I would have liked to see Dean come back, but I realize that's really impossible. And the other one is I would have liked to see Brisker or CJ come back. For $5 million a year, I don't understand why they don't do it. And, you know, until you start thinking about how they're probably looking at it with the draft and the success they had with Makuba. Oh, Nick, I'm sorry I missed this. But, Nick, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Thank you. He says, this is the Uche replacement. 100% agree, my friend. I agree. That's what it is. User says, how bad is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, man? He must be messing around with GM's wife or something. How can we deal with Vic but not C.J. Gardner-Johnson? I don't know. I just think he rubs people the wrong way. And I don't even know if it's that. I mean, when he was with the Eagles, it was supposedly his issues were with Christian Parker, not with anybody else. You know? So, yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to think about it. Well, I haven't watched a lot of them, but I like the kid from Oregon. And I like the kid from Toledo. Those two I like. I don't, you know, I forget the kid. I can't pronounce the kid's name I got to work on it. But people are telling me he's a first round projection now. So if he goes in the first, I don't think that'll happen. Kid from Toledo could be. Yeah, only $4.3 million is guaranteed. Matt, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I'm holding Philly and Howie accountable. Do it, baby. Do it. Hold us accountable. I'll be honored. I'll be honored to be held accountable with Howie Roseman. You know, and just send me my Super Bowl ring. But thank you for the super chat. Nolan Smith will have a big year if he stays healthy. I'm predicting 8 sacks. Man, Philly made queen. That's what we need. I mean, we need Nolan Smith to be what he's supposed to be, right? He's a first-round pick that really needs to live up to it. I think that Jalyx Hunt is more developed than Nolan Smith at this point. So please develop, please, you know. To me that this Nolan Smith is like him not developing the way he should is why we're in this dilemma. And this is what, you know, people use free agency for. When you don't get and you don't hit on the draft, teams usually start trying to fix their mistakes by going out and spending big on free agency. And then the other reason is if you're like that team that just is about to get over and you need that one or two pieces, then you go out and you do it. So the Eagles hit on most of their drafts now, so we don't have to be as aggressive as we were a few years ago. That's just the honest truth. We've got to more take care of our young in-the-house guys. But, you know, it'll get to the point and they'll have to make moves, and they will. But, we're not trying to build a whole new defense by like a team like Dallas, Hey, Eagles Drew, what's going on, man? He goes, what up, Philly? Appreciate you keeping us up to date, brother. Philly Fangio, you the man. Oh, man, no, you the man, Eagles Drew, man. I love hearing you on Bird Section, man. You're great. You're great, and I appreciate it, man. 500, my top 3 picks I want Eagles to get is McNeil Warren. I like him, yeah. Jack Endry, yeah. The Texas, yeah. Jaden Ott, running back. You want a running back? That's interesting. See, I could see the Eagles getting a running back in the mid-rounds. I think Jalyx Hunt may have breakout year this year. Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, he had 6.5 sacks last year, led the team. Then he went and he turned out and he had, how many interceptions? Like 5 interceptions or something? Oh, I did. Wait, hold on, Rob. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back and see if I can find it real quick. It may be hard. And if I did, I truly apologize. Just retype it. Let's see. No, I'm not seeing it, my friend. Oh, is this it right here? I hope this is it. He wrote, I think it's good, solid, under radar signing. Yeah, I think we need Aiden Terrell and Sadiq in the draft. And we love you, Philly. Fly Eagles Fly. Thank you, my man. I love you too. Yeah, I like that. That would work out very well. No question about it. If Nolan gets injured this year, we should move him. I don't think the Eagles should extend him right now. I think they should pick up his option year, and I think they should keep him one more year or trade him. Like I think that if we're gonna shop guys, he's the one guy I would shop. The dude won't. Now he should make this team. Cite. He should be an upgrade over Uche, but. Then again, who knows? I can tell you this. If he doesn't make the roster, then somebody came out of nowhere and blew us away. Yeah, so tomorrow is the deadline for Goddard. Like, we're going to find out. If the Eagles can't get anything done, then they're going to have to eat that, it's like $20 million? And he's going to become a free agent. I hope he signs. What I like to see is him sign Goddard and then go and pull the trigger on a Greenard trade. Let me ask you, put a 1 in the chat if you would feel better about this signing if they trade for Greenard or Josh Sweat. Who would feel better about this signing and like it more? Who views it, and who wouldn't? Okay, because I'm willing to bet that most people who don't like this, they don't like it because they think that this is Jaelan Phillips' replacement. And that's what Sills is going to push, mark my words tomorrow, that's his replacement. And I'm here to tell you it's not. It's Josh Uche's replacement. See, 1-1-1. See, everybody would like it better if you know the other guy's coming. And that's what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you that this is the greatest guy in the world because I don't think that. I don't. And if he is the only big move at edge rusher, I don't like it. But I truly believe that when you look at the numbers, when you look at the money that they offered Jaelan Phillips and Hendrickson, and then you look at what they just gave AK, that's what we call him, then I think you're going to see that there's another domino to fall, and you're going to see another pass rusher. They're still trying to get that other guy. I truly believe that. It depends on how he gives up to get Greenard or Sweat. They need another edge, but will they? What will be the compensation? What about I'm thinking between. I'm thinking somewhere like a 4th round pick, maybe a 3rd. See, the one thing the edge rushing position has going for them right now, and this dude's taking advantage of that. It's so thin. It's so thin, and there's not a lot of guys to choose from. So he gets $7.3 million. Would he really get that if it was deeper? I don't know. So is the value in a trade going to cost the Eagles more than it normally would because of the position? You know, I'm figuring like a 4th round pick, a 3rd or 4th. That's what they paid. I figure this: Jaelan Phillips was a 3rd round pick, and he was a trade deadline acquisition. Usually at the trade deadline, guys cost more. So I think if that came down a little more, it would be a 4th round pick. I'm gonna say those guys could be had for a 4th rounder. Black says a good plug-and-play piece. Safety will be addressed in the draft. We should only look for safety if the compensatory picks can be had down the road. That's why we didn't go after Bradley Chubb. It's Howie. Yeah, that's probably right. So how come? And I don't know the answer to this. Why can't they get a compensation or a compensatory pick for a Chubb, or would he cost them a compensatory pick? There's a reason why we paid Huff that money. He had 12 sacks. Yeah. Huff was a guy that Howie thought, and I think that this kid right now is probably thought of almost the same way. Maybe not as much because he didn't do it, but I think they were looking at Huff and Puff, and they thought, well, he had double-digit sacks. He broke out, and let's take a chance on him. It backfired. It didn't work. They'll overpay for Greenard, and Philly fans will complain about it. Oh, you're just like Huff. Watch. Well, I mean, like, to me, if they don't give up a 1 or 2, I'm not going to complain. They got 2 3rd-round picks. They got 2 4th-round picks. I think he's going to be had for a 4th. But I honestly don't think that the holdup with Greenard is trade compensation. I think it's 2 things. I think 1 is you got to give him a new contract, and 2, you don't know what other teams are in play with for him. I bet you there's multiple teams trying to get him because everybody's looking for edge rushers. 500. I think J-Mac was trying to hint this morning that something was coming down by the weekend, and the Eagles fans. Oh yeah, I didn't hear it. Well, what did he say? This cancels out the 6th-round comp pick. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll be all right with that. Thoughts on getting C.J. Gardner-Johnson, C.J. DJ back on the team? Thought on Doo-Doo Dak still having 0 rings. I think that Doo-Doo Dak will continue to have 0 rings. And unfortunately, C.J. Gardner-Johnson just signed with the Bills today, so it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Eddie says, what's going on? I missed. Well, we signed an edge rusher. To a 1-year, $7.3 million deal. And, I came on and basically was telling everybody, in my opinion, that because I think a lot of people were thinking, okay, this is the Jaelan Phillips replacement move. And I was saying, no, I don't believe that. I believe this is the Joshua Uche replacement. And this is a depth piece. And $7.3 million, and they're saying that Greenard is going to get somewhere around $20 million. That's $27 million. That's what they offered Jaelan Phillips. I think they're trying to get 2 guys with the same contract, is what I'm saying. So we will see. But that's what's going on. Family over everything says, yeah, that's depth. It is, and I'm telling you, you're going to hear no more. It's a replacement to Phillips. Howie don't care. I'm telling you, and it's not true. Love listening to you. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. 500, did you see the news about Josh Sweat wanting out of Arizona? The head coach got canned. I think a 3rd or 4th. Yeah, we did. We talked about that. Let me see if I still have it here. No, that's not it. I don't know if I got rid of it. I might have deleted it by accident. But yeah, we did talk about that earlier. So yeah, would you be fine with Sweat? Yeah, I think if you got Sweat back and you had Ebiketie or whatever, I can't say his name. I just call him AK because I got to learn it. But I think if you get a Sweat or a Greenard, and with him, I think your defensive line is actually better than it was a year ago. Seriously, I do. If you had, let's say, Greenard, you had Greenard and this kid, I think you could arguably make the case that the defensive line's actually better than it was a year ago. He was hitting, well, I'm looking forward to it, seeing what it was. Maybe we trade our first for Myles Garrett. That would be awesome. I mean, that would be unbelievable. I'll take Sweaty back all day. Yeah, me too. I mean, he's coming off a 12-sack season. His sack numbers will come down some, but he would be perfect. Yeah. Howie has forgotten more about football than we know. Let him do his job. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think a lot of people think he got hit in that beer and he ain't recovered. I think the Eagles are playing it cautious these past few years, and I think they're doing it because they drafted so well, and we're not usually in that position. Let's face it, we're usually not hitting our first, not hitting our second, and that causes you to have to go be aggressive in free agency. Now we've got to worry about upcoming contracts because they come on top of each other. Think about the Q draft, right? You got Quinyon Mitchell, you got to extend. Then you got to extend Cooper DeJean, and you got to do DeJean before Q. And Jalyx Hunt, I mean, look, he's developing to quite a player. You're going to not sign him, you got to sign him too. So the Eagles are doing what they have to do. But they don't have as many pieces or as holes as some of these other teams. So people shouldn't get upset if it doesn't feel as aggressive. As long as when we go into training camp, you can look at it and say, well, cornerback 2, they're better. Defensive line, they look better. The linebackers, they look better. Like, if you can mainly say that you think you've upgraded most of your holes, then I think it's a pretty successful offseason. Obviously, you won't know until you get on the field. But on paper, at least, I think that's how it goes. It's just so early right now to know, and everybody is just coming for the Eagles, like it, acting like it's the world is on fire and it's chaos, and it's just not. Girl Rivera, what is going on? Thank you for the super chat. It is good to see you. Great to see you. Thank you for the super chat. Philly Sweat said last year with the Cardinals that he wished he stayed with the Eagles instead of signing with the Cardinals. I bet he did. And here's the thing with Sweat. He requested a trade. The question is does he want to go to Green Bay with Jonathan Gannon, or would he be willing to come back to Philly? And I can tell you what, Josh Sweat with Micah is kind of scary. Like, that would significantly increase that defensive front for Green Bay. I think the Eagles, if they got a chance to get him or Greenard, I say do it. Honestly, I don't mind if you want to go Greenard because he's a year younger. Just get one of them. I'm not even joking. That beer to the head ruined everything. It's crazy, right? They're gonna study that thing. If everything goes bad, maybe you're right. Howie's going to need to go out of the country for stem cell treatment after that beer can. I know, right? If we get Greenard and extend him, he still has 2 years left on his contract, so his extension wouldn't even count into the future. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work with a vet. But yeah, we'd be all right. Take Calais Campbell. I know he still can play though. I mean, Calais Campbell still can play. It's crazy. KSF, thank you for the super chat. He goes, what if Howie traded for both Garrett and Walker? That would be awesome. Now, I'll tell you what. Garrett would be like, that would be like the holy grail. But if you want to make another splash that we're not talking about name, if somehow they could acquire Trevon Walker, I would give a 2026 first. If they could do something like that, shit, I would love it. I'd rather get Cam Jurgen. I think. Did he sign? I could have sworn he signed somewhere. Where did he sign? I want to say, did he sign with the Chiefs today? He signed somewhere. I'm pretty sure today. Ojulari and Uche. Now we have 2 pass rushers if we get Greenard and Sweat. Yeah, you would. Cowboys signed Kobe Bryant. I'm not worried. No. I'm not worried about anything the Cowboys have done. I think they've got a very. I think their best move was getting the defensive coordinator. I think he's going to be good, but they just got so many pieces, and I don't think they've been aggressive enough. You know, I tell you what, I like Greenard better than I like Gary. That's the honest truth. Spanky Prescott will be benched. You may be right. You may be right. I missed it. Oh no. So let me see if I can find it. I don't know why it doesn't show up on this thing. Oh no, I found it here on the regular Yahoo or the regular YouTube chat. I use a streaming software called Ecamm, and for some reason, like they did an update back in like October or November, and it just like ever since then, these milestones they don't all show up. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. Alex White, a member for 24 months. Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate that. So this clearly isn't it at defensive end. What's next? Well, no. This is not the move that you're waiting for, right? This is not that move. This is a depth move, a depth piece. Don't think of it like as the Jaelan Phillips replacement. I think of it more as a Joshua Uche replacement. Right, I think they tried to upgrade. They're trying to upgrade the depth at the defensive line, and I still think that we're in play for Greenard. All right, Big Mike, you have a great night, my friend. Philly, would you be upset if we didn't get Sweat or Greenard, but instead drafted defensive end? Yeah, I would be. Well, I mean, I would have hope for the pass rusher, but I don't think you can rely on a rookie to draft and come in and think that they're going to play and be the answer. I don't. I think you want to get Greenard and a draft pick, fine. But my feelings on this specific move tonight is contingent upon the Eagles going out and still getting that Jonathan Greenard, that Josh Sweat, Travon Walker. Like, they still got to find that guy. Now, I think they are. I think they earmarked that $27 million that they were going to give Phillips for that position. And I think what they're doing now is they're saying, let's still use that same amount of money, but let's bring in 2 guys instead of 1. And I think that's what you're going to see. You know? Phillips got way overpaid for his production health. I mean, $30 million, dude. I would never have paid him that. I would have, like I said, if the Eagles had $103 million in cap space, I would tell you right now, I would have pretty much done the same moves. The only thing is I would have signed a safety like Brisker, or I would have, brought Dean back, but I wouldn't have signed Phillips to $30 million. And Phillips is got tremendous upside. If he stays healthy, he could be very, very much worth it. But right now, I don't think he's worth that. 500, could you imagine Josh Allen as D-line? I mean, Josh Allen would be amazing. Thing is this, though, with Josh Allen and stuff is, I assume that it's Travon Walker that the Jags are going to move at some point. He's got 1 year left on his contract. They haven't given him an extension, and it doesn't sound like they're going to. So they've got no first round pick. Doesn't it seem like the Jags are going to shop Travon Walker? I mean, I'll give up a 2023 or my 23rd overall for it. Yeah, Phillips did get paid for like a top 10 guy. He did. Just go move up in this draft and get Bailey or Fulton. I mean, what do you got to get up to, like, what, top 10, something like that? Is Howie getting his star edge in the draft? I'm thinking he doesn't want to spend money on the edge because it would hurt his chances of paying the guy he wants to keep. No, I don't believe that. I believe he's earmarked like $27 million for edge rusher. And I think that with Phillips gone and Hendricks gone, which Hendrickson supposedly offered Jaelan Phillips contract to. I think he's saying, well, I can get a guy a little cheaper like a Greenard, and I can get two guys out of this in one. So I think you're going to see like a Josh Sweat, a Greenard. They're going to trade for somebody, I think, most likely, that will, combined with this guy, will come out to what they were going to pay Jaelan Phillips. If I went with the draft being in PA this year, Pittsburgh, I could see how he make a pretty big move during the draft. He could. We've seen how he do it a bunch of times. But guys, he wants. Oh, there's no question. How he could get up as far as he wants. I mean, here's a guy that when he got Carson Wentz, literally trade up 3 times, like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, he played. It was like checkers. I want Sweat should never left. I think if Arizona is willing to trade him, I think he's in play. And I think that the Eagles probably feel like that was a mistake. But the mistake the Eagles made last year and what they're suffering for a little bit now is they trusted 2 of the draft picks, in my opinion. They trusted that Ringo was going to be able to take over for Slay. That didn't work out. And then they trusted Nolan Smith that he was going to be ready to take over for Josh Sweat. And it didn't happen. I really believe that's what happened. And here's the thing. I think it's the right process. I think they did it the right way. That's what you should do. That's what you do when you draft guys high and stuff. But it just didn't work out. As of right now, Johnny Ringo for Sweat straight up. Who says no? I say, I say yes. Yes. I mean, we're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting. I think tomorrow's an interesting day because I think you're gonna find a resolution to this Goddard thing. I think we'll know whether Goddard is gonna be the guy or he's not gonna be the guy with the Eagles next year. I truly believe that. So we'll see. We will see. It's crazy. It's been a long day, man. Jeez. I got to get up at 5 in the morning tomorrow. Let's see here. Carter should move to safety. Yes. Michael Carter. I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they did. I mean, they felt like they needed to keep him. Time will tell. But if my guess of what we saw today was depth move in the secondary, and then we saw a depth move on the defensive line, and people are going to panic now, and they're not going to realize that what Howie's doing until the other shoe drops, and I believe it will. So we will see. But with that said, I am going to get out of here. I am tired. It's almost 10 for me, so I know it's like, almost 1 on the East Coast. But I just want to shout out to everybody that was here hanging out with me tonight. Quite a day, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go chill out for a little bit, talk to the wife. She's been sick, so I want to kind of see how she's feeling, and stuff like that. But I hope you guys have a great, great night. 500, what is it? Dan Cilio tweeted that Howie has lost his step, signing this guy replaced Phillips. And that's exactly what I was saying, Red Machine, earlier. Mark my words, when you're hearing this tomorrow, think about this conversation. They're going to attach this move to the replacement for Phillips. I don't think that's it. I believe this is the replacement to Uche. I think that They're going to give $27 million to the edge rusher position. I think they're going to do that. They tried to give it to Phillips. They tried to give it to Hendrickson. Now, if they could get Greenard, he's going to be a little bit cheaper. What's Josh Sweat's yearly money? But I bet you when it's all said and done, they bring in somebody like a Greenard. They give him a new contract. I bet you it will be around the range of where Jaelan Phillips was going to get paid. This isn't to replace Phillips. This is to replace Uche. That's how I see it. So don't panic. Don't worry about what they're all saying. Just watch and see. It may take a little while. Whoops, getting real big here. But I truly believe that's exactly what's going to happen. With that said, I am going to get out of here. I hope you guys all have a great, great night. Sweat's 19, right? So 19 plus 7. Yeah, it's right. It's going to be right around. If you get Greenard and give him a new contract or trade for Sweat, let's say, it's going to be right. Those two combined players are going to be about the same price Jaelan Phillips is. That's exactly what they're doing. So just hang in there, guys. We will see. We will see. So it should be interesting. With that, I am getting out of here. Good night. Love yous. Peace. God bless. And yeah, I'll see you between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern, somewhere in that range. But peace out. Love yous. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad, no!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott.
Trying to feed him
Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.